Well, the Trump administration is stepping up its deportation efforts. It's now using military planes to fly people out.
And President Trump says those on board all did enter the country illegally. John Diaz is joining us live in studio this morning with the latest on all of these developments. John.
Yeah, well, Doug and Elaine, good morning to both of you. The White House is calling them, quote, illegal immigrant criminals. And these efforts are the start of the new administration's mass deportation campaign. But now there is fear ICE raids could soon target churches and even schools. Exclusive video obtained by CBS News shows shackled detainees boarding a military cargo plane at a U.S. Army airfield in El Paso, one of the two planes to depart the southern border carrying migrants and landing in Guatemala Friday morning.
Deportation's going very well. We're getting the bad, hard criminals out.
But some immigration attorneys have doubts this is and will be successful.
The deportation flight from El Paso today was carrying 75 to 80 people. An ICE air flight to Guatemala routinely carries up to 150 people or more.
The latest numbers show across the country Thursday, immigration agents arrested 538 undocumented migrants. That tops the average of 312 arrests per day during the Biden administration and includes 373 alleged criminal detainees. This comes as Immigration and Customs Enforcement officials are accused of carrying out a, quote, unconstitutional raid on immigrants in Newark, New Jersey.
We can't just let this happen and not say anything.
Newark's mayor slammed the operation, saying ICE agents raided a business without a warrant. And local fears of deportation are now seeping into New York City's public schools, which enrolls thousands of migrant students. However, earlier this week, Mayor Eric Adams assured kids should still attend class.
Children should go to school. Those who need health care should go to hospitals. Those who are involved in any type of interaction where they're victims of a crime, they should speak to the law enforcement agencies.
Now, CBS News has confirmed a U.S. military aircraft bound to Mexico this week, full of undocumented migrants, was denied entry. Now, meanwhile, this week, the Pentagon announced the deployment of 1,500 service members to assist Border Patrol. Elaine?
Thank you. Well, President Trump is in Las Vegas this morning ahead of his first rally there since his re-election. Now, it comes after visits on both coasts yesterday in cities devastated by natural disasters.
And late last night, the president's controversial pick for Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was confirmed by the Senate, but in a razor-thin vote. Bradley Blackburn has those updates. Bradley?
Elaine, Doug, 3 Republican senators would not give their support to Hegseth. Senators Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitch McConnell. But the nomination was still confirmed 51-50 with the vote of the new president of the Senate, Vice President J.D. Vance.
As he was leaving for Las Vegas late Friday, President Trump had just learned his pick for defense secretary was confirmed by the Senate.
We have a great Secretary of Defense. We're very happy about that.
Former Fox News host and combat veteran Pete Hegseth was a controversial choice who faced questions about his experience and past behavior. Some prominent Republican senators, including Mitch McConnell, voted no. So Vice President J.D. Vance cast the tie-breaking vote.
And the nomination is confirmed.
On Friday, President Trump left Washington to visit parts of North Carolina still reeling from the effects of Hurricane Helene.
We just lost everything.
The president took aim at FEMA, suggesting he'd rather have states handle disaster response.
If it was up to me right now, it ended right now, and I just let the state take care of the problem.
The president and first lady then headed west to Los Angeles. They were greeted by Governor Gavin Newsom and then toured a neighborhood destroyed in the Palisades fire, meeting with residents. He also met with firefighters and wrangled with the Los Angeles mayor over the recovery and rebuilding process for homeowners.
You mentioned hazardous waste. Well, the hazardous waste, what's hazardous waste? I mean, you're going to have to define that. We're going to go through a whole series of questions on determining what's hazardous.
Nope.
I just think you have to allow the people to go on their site and start the process tonight.
And we will.
Trump arrived in Las Vegas late Friday. He's set to hold a rally Saturday and speak about his proposal to end federal tax on tips.
And in Los Angeles, President Trump promised to speed federal permits for rebuilding there. But earlier in the day, he also suggested federal aid to California might be conditioned on the state requiring voter ID. Doug, Elaine?
Bradley Blackburn for us from here in studio. Bradley, thank you. And for the latest on Trump's first 100 days and all the developments from the White House, how they impact you and your communities, you can go to cbsnewyork.com or the CBS News app anytime.